Welcome to Digital Asset News. Take top stories in cryptocurrency digital assets and break them down to bite-sized pieces. Today, interesting stuff. First up, Bitcoin miners earn over $1 million per hour. And that's a revenue increase of 185% since the 2020 halving. And what this tells me is that there is big business behind the doors of just hodling cryptocurrency. Also, continuing on with the same theme, publicly listed Bitcoin mining operation see shares skyrocket. Riot blockchain market cap reaches $1 billion. And we're going to take a look at 2 to 3 other mining operations and one that I'm actually investing in as far as the stock market goes. And finally, more bullish news, a physical crypto bank opens in India. 14 locations offer in-person banking, lending, crypto exchange, and the question has to be asked, how far behind is America as India, which just legalized cryptocurrency not too long ago after it was banned, now has 14 locations for physical banks for cryptocurrencies? Before we get into that, let's take a look at what's going on in the market. So today it is December 30th. It is 1 p.m. El Paso, Texas time, and Bitcoin is on yet another tear. Looks like we are almost hitting the 29,000 mark at 28.8, 20% for the week. And it's just been amazing growth. I mean, ever since, actually it's been like this for like a past month. And I think what was going on, it really all started with Grayscale. It seemed like all the different companies that have been buying up Bitcoin, including PayPal and MicroStrategy and MassMutual and of course Grayscale, it seemed to me like they had this unwritten rule, which was don't buy more than the daily allowance. Well, just about a week ago, Grayscale said, you know what, forget you guys, we're going to leave you in the dust. And they bought up 13 times more than the daily amount that is produced for Bitcoin. And I think that's really what's going on with the institutions. Now it's just a buying frenzy. And once we hit 30,000, that's when I stopped dollar cost averaging Bitcoin. Because if you've watched my videos before, I have a theory that Bitcoin is going to go to around 150,000 in 2021, and then it's going to come right back down to around $30,000. So I'm not going to dollar cost average after that. So we're almost there. And once that happens, then I will allocate funds to other cryptocurrencies, digital assets that I have in my portfolio, and I'll just ride this one out. This is going to be a huge year. I think 2021 is going to be enormous. The only thing that I really worry about, one is scams. That's one of those things. And two really is the SEC and what they're doing with Ripple and XRP. Now, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum are pretty much safe because Jay Clayton, the SEC chairman, that just stepped down, and he was the one kind of responsible for kind of spearheading this whole lawsuit against Ripple. He came out in 2018 and said, look, Bitcoin's not a security. And then they kind of alluded to Ethereum the exact same way. So I'm not really concerned about that. But there's some other things. Also, Stellar, I'm kind of looking at to where they could say, hey, we can go after these types of things. Now, I'm not trying to spread FUD. I'm just saying that that's what I see. I think Ripple is a special case for what they're going on because it was two things. One, there's a problem with securities, and maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But the second one, I think it's the much bigger part, is the leadership or the CEO and co-founders of Ripple and how they were selling off their XRP. I don't really want to get into that part, but I think that is an issue. But again, I think this market's going to do very well in 2021, and I can't wait to see what happens. So, Ethereum, looking at, man, 750, 2.8% for the day, almost 19% for the week. Again, tether, nobody cares, in a free fall. And, I had just recently sold all my XRP because I want to take a massive loss. And just to reiterate what happened, I think people just saw my thumbnail where I said I'm selling all my XRP, and they went out of their mind, especially the XRP army. So if they would have watched the whole video and seen what I did, I don't think there would have been that much of an issue, but apparently it was. So I'm going to break this down real quick. So what you do is that you sell all of your losses for the calendar year for tax purposes. So I sold all my XRP at 9 a.m. Got it? And then 5 minutes later, I bought some back. So you can do that. That's called wash trading, but it doesn't apply in cryptocurrency because crypto is a special piece. It is actually considered property. So in this situation, that is what I did to help me out with my taxes. I'm a small business owner and I need massive tax deductions. So that is what happened. So again, let me reiterate that. So, because I think people just don't understand. I sold the XRP for tax reasons, so I could get a tax break. And after that, I bought some back. So when people say, oh, you got weak hands and you say you never sell, look, that is, I can't make it any simpler. I don't know what to tell you. I need tax breaks. That's what I did. So let's move on. Litecoin, 1.4%, 12% up for the week. That's pretty good. Polkadot, we just did a nice little video this morning about Polkadot and staking and things like that. And some people said, they said, hey, this is really easy. And Kraken, you can do it in 2 minutes. And some people are like, hey, why do you do that? Just use a wallet. You can use a wallet. Some people don't want to do that. That's why there's different options for everybody else out there. But check that video out. Pretty interesting and makes things super simple. Polkadot, you can stake it for like 12%. It's crazy. Bitcoin Cash up 2%. What else is up? Wrap Bitcoin. And it's amazing that, you got Bitcoin 1, Bitcoin Cash 2, Bitcoin SV 3, Wrap Bitcoin 4. There's 4 in the top 20 and they're all rated Bitcoin. So what do you know? Let's see, Stellar's down. I could see why. Monero, that's weird. Monero's usually up. Celsius Network, just an absolute tear. I mean, they're going to hit $6 in no time. I remember buying Celsius under $1, and now here we are. 81% for the week. I mean, that's just unbelievable growth. Is it sustainable? Maybe. We'll see. Theta, another one of the great buys. 10.6% for the day. 46 for the week. That's amazing. And we're going to see these numbers again and again and again, especially in 2021. So don't be surprised. And that's really bad. 14% for Uniswap. Back to above $4. What a yo-yo. Zilliqa, gotta really look into that. I say it every time, and I never do. I know it's a great project. I don't know, one of these days. All right, let's move on to today's top story. So before we do all that, I forgot one thing. Need to give away the winners for the 12 days of Christmas. We did everything all the way until the 24th and 25th, and I had the people at the respective companies draw these names at Voyager, Trade the Chain, and Market Rebellion. So for the 24th, for the winner, for the $100 Voyager, it is going to Ryan Alchemist, and he puts Voyager will PM address if I win. Ryan, just do me a favor. Go to danteacherscrypto.com. Click on the contact tab, send me an email with your information, and we will set you up with that $100 worth of Voyager token. Next up, on the 25th, we had the 3-for-1. It wasn't even listed here. We're giving away 2 Trade the Chains memberships and 1 year-long membership to Market Rebellion, where you can go there to learn about crypto trading. And the last one, which is a surprise sneak in, we give away a Shield Folio. So for the 2 people for the Trade the Chain, they're going to be Crypto T, congratulations, you won 3 months to Trade the Chain, as well as Mark Vozo. You guys are both winners of Trade the Chain. Again, just go to Dan Teaches Crypto, click on contact, send me an email with your information, and we'll get you all set up with Alex Mascioli and that great platform where they use sentiment analysis. Market Rebellion, get technical analysis. Trade the Chain, and get sentiment analysis. You put them together, unbeatable. And then lastly, for the Shield Folio winner, it's going to be Megabytes Mining Bar. So again, at danteacherscrypto.com, send me an email and we'll get you all set up. So again, thanks everybody for making this a success for 12 days of Christmas. We'll do it again in about another year. So all right, this was a great story. Bitcoin miners earn over $1 million per hour. And when I'm looking at this, we all know what's going on, right? Come on. We know that Bitcoin's going to be big this year. The only question is how big. I have a frame of around 100,000 to 150,000. Some people say 300,000. Some people say 500,000. Some people say $1 million in 2021. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it goes to like 500,000. That'd be awesome. But who knows? But there is so much money in this space that is rippling over into mining operations, stocks. There's a lot of ways to get into cryptocurrency, and this is just one of those ways. So what's going on here? Well, this, according to Glassnode, BTC miners are currently earning $1 million per hour, meaning an increase of 185% since the halving happened in mid-May. I had no idea how profitable it actually was to be a miner until I took a look at this. Now, I know some miners, and it's not easy, and that's not my forte and not my thing, but that's why it's so lucrative. So if you're into those types of mining operations, sure, go ahead for it. I don't know how anybody would do that without actually hooking up with a mining pool, but sure. But again, tons of money in here, and there's going to be a way we're going to talk about in just a second about not about making money investing into cryptocurrency, but not directly into cryptocurrency. So continuing on this story, the last time miners' revenue was hovering around such highs was in July 2019, adding that block rewards were twice as high than today, obviously because we just went through a halving in May of 2020. Overall, Glassnode estimates Bitcoin miners' total revenue stands at $13 billion, making it a heavyweight industry within the crypto sphere and an attractive one for businesses looking to invest in the crypto mining industry. I think this is one of those things that people are going to start to really take a look at. When we look at the big picture about what is going on, it's not just the cryptocurrencies and what they can do in the digital assets and, using Bitcoin as a store of value, using Ethereum, building everything on top of that, using VeChain as tracking different things, throughout the globe. There's a lot of things that can be done. And when you are an investor, you're looking at, well, how can I get into this? Well, cryptocurrency is kind of unstable as far as the price action. I don't know what's going to happen in 6 months. Nobody does. But I do like this mining industry. Maybe I'll invest some money into that. Not a bad idea. So finishing up, I didn't know this, but the latest generation mining rigs prices have gone up 35% since the beginning of November. The observed price increase comes as Bitmain and MicroBT are reportedly sold out until May 2021. So that's how you know an industry is making huge strides. There's just not enough to go around. And that is a shortage. Supply and demand, just like Bitcoin. As of past time, according to BitInfo Charts data, Bitcoin average transaction fee remains at $8.70, still off from the highs reached on October 31st at $13.15. And I got to tell you, I'm glad that we are not in December 2017, because back then people were still touting Bitcoin as like a currency, cryptocurrency, and using it to pay for goods and services. It's not going to be that. Let's just be honest. People talk about, there's these second layer solutions and Lightning, and I just about fall asleep when I hear it. I'm like, yeah, okay, sure. It's a store of value, and let's just stick with that narrative. It wasn't what Satoshi had in mind, but it is what it is, and that's what we're going with. That's what the institutional investors are doing. Nobody's using their Bitcoin to buy coffee. No one's using Bitcoin to buy a car. Well, maybe a car, I don't know. But, I mean, day-to-day transactions, it's not going to happen. At least not for a long time until someone figures out something better. But for right now, store of value, everybody's happy, great. Let's put a bunch of money into it. Go to the moon. Fantastic. Let me know what your comments are in the comment section below. But this, I think, is the real money winner. And it comes down to publicly listed companies and what people can get into as far as the stock market. Because let's be honest, stock market's gonna bomb this year. I think there's gonna be a lot of problems. We can't keep up this breakneck speed. But with cryptocurrency coming along, I think people can find an outlet. So, publicly listed Bitcoin mining operations see shares skyrocket. Riot blockchain market cap reaches $1 billion. And I had heard about Riot from the guys over there at Market Rebellion. And they were talking about this when I was on their show with Alex Mascioli on his channel. And they kept talking about Riot. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about, as usual, because usually what they're talking about goes over my head. But with this one, I'm like, what is so big about this? Like, oh, well, man, it's like, it's like a mining company and they're doing really great and people are going to buy a bunch of stocks. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And sure enough, they were right yet again. So this is what's happened. The US-based firm Riot Blockchain's market valuation recently attained a $1 billion capitalization. That's not easy to do, and here they are doing it in a very short amount of time. A number of other Bitcoin mining business operations have seen colossal demand for company shares. The company has recently captured a $1 billion market cap after trading for $3, around $3. In November, which is just, a month away, shares climbed, 3x, and are now trading above the $15 range December 29th. So imagine you're in the traditional market. You don't know anything about cryptocurrency. You have no idea. You're like, that's stupid. But a lot of people are buying into this thing, so I'm going to get into it. And you buy in at $3.47, and within a month, you're at $15. $15. That's insane. In the traditional market, you would have lost your mind. Of course, here, it's like a Tuesday, so nobody cares. But for this one, I mean, fantastic. And this is what I'm talking about as far as making big strides. So I think that moving forward, there can be a lot of different companies that people can actually get into, but not be into cryptocurrency. So Riot's not the only publicly traded listed Bitcoin mining operation that has seen shares swell immensely in value. On December 11th, Hut 8 shares I guess the same type of thing. We're swapping for $1.46 per unit and have increased 154% to 371. And this one is the one that my friend George told me about months ago, Mara. And I have been investing into this through Robinhood. I've been dollar cost averaging, just like I do with cryptocurrency. I've been putting 25 bucks a day, and it's been pretty great. So the publicly listed firm Marathon Patent Group, Mara, has seen shares jump in value by over 156% since December 11th, when shares were swapping for $4.63. I remember those prices. At the time of publication of Marathon's shares are trading for $11.87. Marathon is another firm that just recently announced the largest acquisition of next-generation miners when it settled a deal with Bitmain to buy 70,000 Antminers for $170 million. This is great news. And when my friend George told me about it, I'm like, I don't really deal with stocks. I buy Amazon and I buy Tesla. That's pretty much about it, because I believe in both of those, and I have a business on Amazon, so why not? But when he talked about this, I'm like, that makes sense, and it just made sense to me. And I'm going to link the description of this company in underneath this video. But I mean, they've got a lot of good branches. They're based out of Nevada. They probably incorporated over there. They're also in Quebec, and they have a stable farm in South Dakota, probably because it's cold. And it looks like a pretty good one. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you this is what I do, and this is what I invested into. So Riot or Marathon, sure. But I just see this as a great opportunity for people to really get exposure to crypto without doing crypto. And I think it's going to be big. But there was one more thing that I thought about, which was there's a company called Layer 1. And Layer 1 is here out in West Texas where I'm at, and they are doing a ton of Bitcoin farming or Bitcoin mining. And Peter Thiel is the background. I wanted to know just what the heck is going on with him. And I saw some pretty bummer of a news. The CEO of Bitcoin mining startup Layer 1 resigns in a settlement, replaced by ex-president. I'll link this as well, but it got a little ugly between the top brass. And that is the problem, I think, with some of these companies, is that people get in the way of the company. And I think it was the most genius aspect of Satoshi Nakamoto just to disappear, even if he's alive. And I will just tell you this, because he is not around, everything works great for Bitcoin. If that guy was revealed himself as like, hey, it's Pete, I'm the Satoshi, we're like, that sucks, because now we know the guy, and they can go to the guy, and they can, probably even like sue. So, but that guy doesn't exist. And it was just a genius move. So when you have something like this, and then you also have something like with Ripple, and they do all their whatever they're doing, watch Blockchain Backer's video if you want to learn a little bit more into the insights of that case. He breaks it down beautifully. I think people get in the way. With Satoshi just disappearing, great. Now we don't have all these issues that you see in all these companies. So anyhow, that's it for that. Let me know what you think in the comments section, and off to our next piece. So this one was good, and it made me realize just how slow America is. Physical crypto bank opens in India. These 14 locations offer in-person banking, lending, crypto exchange. Fantastic. So if you don't know, India had actually, the Central Bank of India had gone to the Supreme Court, and they had banned cryptocurrency. And they said, hey, we're going to shut down all these exchanges. And they did it. And then it was actually put forth by, to the Supreme Court of India, and for the Reserve, the Reserve shut them down. They came back and said, hey, this is illegal, you can't do this. And now it's flourishing in India like nothing happened. That's amazing. So we haven't shut anything down yet, but yet we can't seem to get things together. And here's India doing the right thing. So good for you guys. So everybody who is in India listening to the channel, welcome. You guys are doing the right thing. Congratulations. So crypto bank Unicus has begun rolling out physical branches in India. The first branch opened in Jaipur, the bank announced Monday. I think I said that right. Unicus is initially opening its services online and through 14 branches across Rajasthan and Gujarat by January 2021, and plans to rapidly expand to 100 branches by the end of 2022. That's amazing. So now they're going to open all these things up. They're like, you know what? Let's fast track it. Let's just roll this out and just push, and then we'll, just kind of decrease the amount of banks we have for these new, better banks, which do everything a typical bank could do on top of cryptocurrency digital assets. Win-win. Unicus CEO Dinesh Kukraha, I know I did not say that right. This states this will allow us to build, scale, and offer customized financial and crypto products for the local Indian markets. The next 13 branches will be rolled out between 4 and 22nd of January, so you're looking at 2 to 3 weeks. And the 14 branches, including their addresses and phone numbers, are listed right here. So this isn't like a pie-in-the-sky type of thing. This is something where they're like, you know what, we're going to do this. Here's where they're coming. Here's the phone numbers, and expect this to happen. That's amazing. So congratulations, India, for doing the right things and getting things done. So all right, so more great news. I mean, really, it can't get much better than this, unless you're an XRP holder. Sorry. And that's all for today. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like these types of videos, in 2 months going to pop up on your left and right, and I'll let YouTube do their magic. Also, for all the winners, don't forget, go to danteachescrypto.com. The link is in the description below. It's the very first one. And click on the Contact tab, contact me, email, and then I'll send everything out to you, and that is it. All right, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. See you on the next one.